From a long time, Bali is considered as one of the cheapest places to live and spend your holiday. It attracts lots of tourists and digital nomads from all over the world due to its cheap and affordable cost of living. But things changes after COVID and some of the area become very costly, but still there are some beautiful areas which are still very cheap and affordable to live. Some of the tourists live in Bali under $500 per month, and for some of the tourists, it may be 3 to 5 times more than this cost. So, I'm going to give the both side of the story and the actual cost of living in Bali because it totally depends on you. So, I'm going to give the both side of the story and the actual cost of living in Bali because it totally depends on the place of stay, how you eat, where you eat, how to travel around Bali, gym membership, your lifestyle, the co-working space you choose to work, insurance, phone recharge and the laundry and many more other things like this. So if you're planning to stay in Bali for a little longer or you're planning to be a digital nomad or a remote worker in Bali, then watch out this video to get a rough idea of cost of living in Bali. Let's start with the place of a stay in Bali because it is one of the major factors which decides your cost of living in Bali. If you're looking for an affordable option, then homestays and guest house are the best option for you. Here you will get a private room with private washroom around $250 with a shared kitchen, and if you choose to stay a bit away from famous area, then you may get shared swimming pool also. If you want to have a private villa in Bali for longer stay with single room, private kitchen and private swimming pool, then it may cost you roughly around $1,000 per month. If you are a remote worker and want a peaceful and private space of living with a good Wi-Fi speed and private kitchen area for yourself, then private villa are the best option for you. Now let's talk about eating out because it is one of the factors that affects your cost of living in Bali. If you choose to eat out at local warung, which is traditional family owned restaurant in Bali, then it will cost you around $2 to $3 per meal. If you eat 3 times a day, then maximum it will cost you no more than $9, which is quite affordable if you consider eating at famous tourist destination like Bali. These warungs are very neat and clean and they offer variety of delicious cuisines from local Balinese to some international items. If you choose to eat at fancy western restaurant, then it will cost you $10 to $12 per meal, and if you eat 3 times a day, then it will cost you around $30 to $40. So it totally depends on you that where you choose to eat out. If you consider eating at local warungs, then believe me, it will be very affordable for you. Now let's talk about grocery shopping. There's so many supermarkets available across the Bali, and if you choose to buy your grocery at these supermarkets, then it will be cheaper for you. Because if you go and try to buy something at local shop, then chances are that they will overcharge you because you are a foreigner. All the local shops are cheaper to buy grocery, but they are not for the foreigners. So I will suggest you to go to the supermarket to buy your grocery, and if you think you are very good at bargaining, only then go to local shops. Another thing that affects your cost of living in Bali is how you get around Bali. If you travel across the Bali by cab, then it will be little costly. But if you choose to travel across the Bali by bike, then believe me, it will be super affordable. You can rent bike for long term and the renting cost of bike starts from $80 per month and the cost of gasoline is around $3 per liter, which is very affordable. So if you're planning to visit Bali for longer time, then do rent out a bike, and if you don't want to do that, then don't worry. There are various bike rental services are available at very affordable rate like Grab and Gojek. Simply download their apps and you can rent a bike to get around Bali at very affordable cost. Now let's talk about gym membership because if you choose to stay at Bali for a longer time, then you may like to have a gym membership, but don't worry too much because you will get variety of gym and its membership starts from roughly around $25 to $250 per month. So it totally depends on you and you can choose your gym according to your budget. Now let's also talk about the cost of roaming around Bali beaches. Usually most of the beaches are free to access, but there are some paid beaches and private beaches where you have to pay. But don't worry, these are very affordable and hardly cost you more than $1. And let's also talk about the fun and leisure activities in Bali. Bali has so many beach clubs where you can go and enjoy the crazy party vibe and the nightlife of the Bali. Some of the beach clubs are famous for their crazy party vibe, like Finn's Beach Club and Sabaya, where you can experience the crazy nightlife of the Bali. But some of the beach club offers relaxed vibe where you can visit with your family and loved ones and spend a quality time with them, like Sunday Beach Club, Mari Beach Club, Kudeta Beach Club, and many more beach clubs are like that. If you're a digital nomad and working online, then co-working spaces are best place to work and interact with the like-minded people. And in Bali, there are so many co-working spaces are available whose monthly membership cost starts from $145 and onwards. It may be little pricey, but believe me, it's totally worth it because you will get a chance to interact with lots of like-minded people, and you will definitely learn something from them. So, in my opinion, if you're living in Bali for a longer time and working online, then you should go and work at co-working spaces. Now let's talk about phone recharge. In Bali, phone recharge is not very expensive, and you can recharge your SIM card with just $5 per month, and it will give you around 10 GB data, 10 GB internet pack, which is more than enough. And for Wi-Fi, you don't have to think because in most of the cases, you will get free Wi-Fi at your place of stay, even at the cafe and the co-working spaces, you will get free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to worry about it. Now let's talk about the laundry services. Believe me, it is the cheapest thing you will ever see in your life, and it will hardly cost you 60 cents per kg, which is unbelievable, but it is true in case of Bali. Now let's talk about the most important thing, your visa and insurance. And it will roughly cost you around $50 per month. It is not a big amount, but it is mandatory thing that you have to consider when you are planning to live in Bali for longer time. Now let's calculate the total budget for a month. And when you add up all the expenses, all the mandatory expenses that I had mentioned above, then total expenses will be around $815 per person for a month. So this is the average expenses that is required to live a comfortable life in Bali. But it may go up and down, it totally depends on you. So this is my rough estimate, and I had given all these data on the basis of my experience. So if you have any question in your mind, or if you want to know anything about the Bali, anything about the cost of living in Bali, then do let me know in the comment section. I will definitely answer your question. And in the end, thank you for watching this video.